Welcome to my first double feature where we're going to talk about low budget films that you may have not heard of. We're going to talk about High Heat and To Catch a Killer. Let's talk about it right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me as we rant about movies and comics and television shows and occasional board game as well. But we are here to talk about two movies that I ended up seeing on Hulu that you may not have heard of. But before we get into it, I am your host. I am Frank Zanka. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a line producer. Hopefully, working soon. I do pick up a film in May back in LA, so I'm going to have to go back to LA in May. So my channel might suffer a little bit while I'm on set. And but yeah, if you can, give me the thumbs up, give me the like, give me the subscribe if you like what you see here today. And yeah, let's jump into it. If you're looking for anything that I've written, though, you can also check me out on Amazon. You can just type in my name, Frank Zanka, into Amazon. You'll see my novels and my graphic novels. And if you're looking for anything that I've written recently, you can see Lords of LA behind me. And yes, that's also in late pledge. The description below has the link, so you can check that out. I am signing those, and we were fully funded on Kickstarter, so you will be getting it. So the late pledge is irrelevant for having this done. But you feel free to jump in on that. It is a vampire mob set in 1950s Hollywood. So anyway, let's check out these two films that I had a chance to see. They are thriller / action, and we'll talk about whether I recommend them or not. But let's talk about first To Catch a Killer with Shailene Woodley and Ben Mendelsohn, and these are all very recent films within either probably 2023. And this one is about a killer in Baltimore. So the first scene, and I'm not really going to get into spoilers, but the first scene, and why they did this, I don't know, but I think they start out with an upside down city, which was kind of unnerving. I don't know why he did that, but anyway, he started with an upside down city. But then we get into this drone thing of a party, which to me was a waste of money. There was no reason to see this big party happening. I think that having the killer kill people like in their apartments outside of a party would have been a lot more scary. But anyway, so there ended up being a sniper, and he snipes people all over from one area. He just snipes people all over the block to the point where he kills 20-something people in one shot. Shailene Woodley is basically a beat cop called into the scene, and she doesn't do really well at the scene. And Ben Mendelsohn is an FBI agent called in to handle the actual case, and he brings her on as, you know, his liaison and to help him carry out the case. And they have a really good relationship, and I got to hand it to Shailene Woodley because she downplays her own beauty. She gets made up. She's a beautiful woman. And throughout this, she has no makeup on throughout almost the entire movie. So she basically downplays her own looks to come across as this very tormented beat cop wannabe FBI, because she had, I guess she had problems with drugs and things to that effect. And she had put her recommendation or put her application in to be an FBI agent, and she was shot down and stuff to that effect. And Ben Mendelsohn becomes like the father figure for her, and there's a lot of little twists and turns. He's dealing with the bureaucracy side and having to follow orders that he knows is wrong, and she is the voice of that. And of course, he has to blow up on her a couple of times. And yeah, so it has some good twists and turns to it. This is a really good thriller. We get some little good, thriller action scenes. With the fact that the guy gets cornered a couple of times and just lays bodies out. So really good stuff. I do recommend this film. I wouldn't say it was the best film in the world. It's not Silence of the Lambs or anything to that effect. But on for a low budget, it was written and directed by a man named Damien Zifron with an S-Z-I-F, Zifron. So he hasn't really done much. Nothing that you'll even recognize that he's done. I think he did a thing called Partners or something like that. But nothing that I've recognized at all. Shailene Woodley I think just knocks it out of the park. Ben Mendelsohn, their chemistry is what keeps the actual movie going, and they do a really good job together. And like I said, I definitely recommend the film. It's on Hulu, and definitely check it out. It's called To Catch a Killer. So let's move into the second of my double feature, and it is called High Heat. It is with Olga Kurylenko and Don Johnson. So Olga Kurylenko is a great woman. I wouldn't say that she's one of the best actresses in the world. She is also called a Bond girl, as you probably know, and Don Johnson from many different things, but most famously from Miami Vice. And here, there are certain women that just look better with guns. Like Mila Jovovich always looks better with guns. And Olga Kurylenko is one of those people that just looks better with a gun. She looks sexier with a gun. And she knows how to pull off the action. She's a pretty tall woman too. She has that Wonder Woman type of look. She knows how to hair act. And I also met her in Dubai at the Dubai Film Festival several years ago. It's probably quite a bit of years ago now. A great woman. And again, she's talented, but not overly talented. She knows where her acting talent lies, which is great. She knows where she's not the greatest actress in the world, but knows how to pick her roles so that she can she can shine. And I think she does shine here at different points. Don Johnson, he has his pieces where he shines, but together they don't. They have no chemistry whatsoever. They're supposed to be married. The storyline is that they're opening a restaurant together, and they both have secrets that they've kept from one another. I don't know how long they've been married, but I think it's only been a few years. And so he has some kind of a gambling problem where he owes, millions of dollars to mob bosses that are coming to collect, and they want to burn down the restaurant, even though it's opening night. And this is Olga Kurylenko's baby. This is what she's always dreamed of, and she ends up being ex-KGB. So anybody that comes in to burn the place down is met with some problems. So it's got a little bit of like Die Hard without the vents. But the movie does have problems. This is not a perfect film by any sense of the imagination, because there's like one scene where they're both behind a bar, and Olga Kurylenko goes out to fight, and you don't see Don Johnson at all. He never comes out from behind the bar. She's taking all these hits, and he never comes out. Until like the fight's almost over, and then he comes out. And so it's got problems. It's got major problems. The ending is a little bit disappointing. So anyway, she ends up calling a friend of hers up, who I guess she was also part of the KGB or some kind of a spy organization, and that is played by Caitlin Doubleday. And she has this really kind of creepy family, and I guess her husband was a sniper. She ended up marrying him, even though that they were, I guess they were dating even while they were spies or whatever. But Caitlin Doubleday, she steals her scenes, man. She steals them. Anyway, she played the wife in Empire that gets thrown down the stairs, if you ended up seeing that. She was always very pretty in Empire, but she was lost in there. And she never got the chance really to shine in that show, and nobody, she really wasn't missed when she was taken out. She was also in Hung, but I didn't see that. But here, I mean, she steals her. She eats up the scenery. Really good stuff. I never really saw her as a talent until I saw her in this. I thought she did a really, really good job. She plays a little bit of a psychopath. I would have liked to have seen more of her. So she's in like a little piece of the film and then she's gone. And I really think that the ending should have included her. So I think they missed out on that. So this is a comedy / action movie. And, you're not supposed to take any of it seriously. So it does have some funny scenes into it. There's a guy named Gary in it that is, I guess, got hired to help blow the place up or to start a fire to it. And he's also a masseuse. So, by the grace of God, he doesn't get killed right away. So anyway, I think there's some really good scenes in it. But again, Don Johnson, I think, was miscast here. I like Don Johnson a lot. I know why they brought him in, because they got him on a budget that was able to help sell the movie. I totally get that. But if they had an unlimited amount of money, or even a little bit more, any actor here that would have had a little bit more chemistry with Olga would have made the film a lot better. But again, they have no chemistry whatsoever. They kiss, and it doesn't even work at all. You can tell they're like, ew. Or at least she is. Because he's also far older than she is, probably by 20 years. I think she's 40-something, and he's got to be 60. She's almost a little bit older than Dakota Johnson, which is his daughter. So he's almost like kissing his daughter. So I think she's 36, 37, so not even 10 years difference. So again, it really doesn't work, but the film does. So the writer and director here, like this is the writer's first thing that he's ever written. Good for him that he's able to get such good actors in here to elevate his script. Because without the elevation of the actors, this film would be worse. But I do recommend this film. It's just a good time. You can't think about it too much. There's problems, but get to see a couple of the performances, especially Caitlin Doubleday, and seeing Olga kick some ass, and she does a good job with the choreography and things to that effect. I know she does a lot of her own stunt work as far as fight scenes. So anyway, check that out. You can check both of them out. It's always good to support independent film anyway, and I'd love to see. I'm watching a Jamie King one right now, so I'm going to check out all their little low budget stuff. The Caitlin, the Jamie King one already has a bad taste in my mouth because they're the same distributor that did Six Gun for us, that totally just stole money from us as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, that's it for me. I do recommend both films, but for different reasons, and just to support independent film, but both of them are on Hulu, so definitely check that out. To Catch a Killer, which is obviously the better of the two. It's obviously it's more of a drama thriller, and it takes itself more seriously than High Heat, which is more of a comedic, throwback action, 80s action film, I guess. But I did laugh at it, so if you want to get a little good laugh, and she's again, Caitlin Doubleday did a really good job. I'm happy just to see it just because she was in it, and I think I liked what she did. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm not even going to rate them because they're low budget. It is what it is. You have to turn it on knowing that you're not going to get this Dune. You're not going to get Dune. If these films were $10 million or less, kind of thing. So it's the High Heat takes place almost entirely in two locations, which again hats off to the writer. He knew how to write to a low budget. That film was probably more like 5-6 million. I'm probably even naming it too high, but that's probably what I think it is. So anyway, remember that Lords of LA is the link below is in the description. And if you can support that, that is my vampire mob set in 1950s Hollywood. We do have Marilyn Monroe make an appearance in it. There is plenty of vampire on vampire action, vampire on monster action, Blood, Sex, Fangs. It is an adult book, so don't buy it for the kiddies. And also, if you're a fan of card games, me and Mark Spears, who does cover art for Marvel, DC, and stuff like that. He does Power Rangers and Spawn and things like that. We're doing a card game based on his classic monster art. And we're also doing... in fact, I just got the box in here from China. This is the expansion box for Myth Lords. It's the name of the game, and this is like Wizard of Oz, like a dark version of Wizard of Oz cards as well. So exciting stuff. So we're going to probably be launching that in May. Remember to give me a like and subscribe if you can. If this is your first time here, then welcome. And yeah, ring that little bell. If you're not subscribed already, why the hell not? Help me grow this channel out. And yeah, check out some of my other videos as well. And I will see you guys on the next episode.